What's up? What up? What up? What's going on, YouTube, man? You guys already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Sports God TV, where we talk sports like religion. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Click that notification bell so you can get notified every time that I upload. Share the content, jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. This is right now, my power rankings, my top 5 National Football League teams as of right now. Crazy thing is, everybody on my top 5 is 5-1. Now, let me start off with number 5, man. Number 5 is the Miami Dolphins. Yes. Last year when I was doing these shows, I mentioned about Tua Tagovailoa. I said that I thought he was an elite top tier quarterback in the National Football League as long as he stays healthy. Well, so far, so good. He has been healthy, and so has the Miami Dolphins offense. It's like a freaking track meet out there. Waddle, Tyreek Hill, the rookie, Akachi, however you pronounce his name. I mean, it's just so many weapons across the field. The reason why they number 5 in my book, right? When you look at their wins, their schedule so far. Okay, they beat the Chargers 36-34. That's week number 1. Nobody really knows who's going to be who in week 1. Week 2, as we know who the Patriots are right now, which is complete garbage. The first time they've been this bad under Bill Belichick ever, I believe. They won 24. The Dolphins won 24-17. Then they hung 70 points up. Yes, you heard it right. 70 points up on the Denver Broncos, who we know is very god awful. Let's just be clear about that, okay? Then they real challenge came against Buffalo in Buffalo. They got kind of stomped on down there in Buffalo, a 48-20 defeat that they took. Then they come back and play the 1-5 New York Football Giants and beat them 31-16. And then they play the lowly Carolina Panthers with the rookie quarterback, obviously. And they beat them 42-21. So when I look at the strength of schedule, that is why they are number 5 on my list, but you cannot deny that they have the top flight offense in the National Football League, and they look like they have a receiver in Tyreek Hill that will break the National Football League wide receiver record, getting 2,000, eclipsing Calvin Johnson's mark that he set. Barring injury, the Miami Dolphins will be a legitimate threat come playoff time. That is my number 5 pick. Oh, and don't let me forget, their defense has been playing pretty good as well. Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs, 5-1. It doesn't matter if they don't have Tyreek Hill. It doesn't matter if they don't have Eric Bieniemy. It seems like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce figure it out every single year. All they do is win football games. And this year, which is better than any other year, they actually have a top 10 defense this year. The Kansas City Chiefs. And with Patrick Mahomes having a defense like that can get turnovers and get him the ball back, it makes the Kansas City Chiefs that more dynamic. Now, week 1, they lost the home opener the day they were getting their rings from their Super Bowl victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. They lost 21-20 to the Detroit Lions. After that, Jaguars 17-9. Everybody knows that the Jaguars is a legit team now. They are a legit team. They stomped the Bears 41-10. The Jets, they beat 23-20. The Vikings, they beat 27-20. And the Broncos, they beat 19-8. Now, the strength of schedule, okay, you have Detroit and you have the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you do have the Jets. Minus Aaron Rodgers, the Jets are still playing really, really good football, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They are a championship type of defense. I wonder, and everybody will wonder, how they would have fared with unhealthy and present Aaron Rodgers. So I give the Kansas City Chiefs the nod at number 4. No Super Bowl hangover for this team. 5-1, heading in the right direction. The next team, my number 3, give it to me, baby. The Detroit Lions. Yes, you heard it right. Yeah, Detroit Lions, man. I have to put them ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat them on their home field, like I said, the first game of the season, while those guys were getting celebrated for winning the championship. Well, technically, the Super Bowl. And now, when you look at it, and just to see what Detroit is doing with Jared Goff and Derek Montgomery and Jabbar Gibbs when he's there, and Amon St. Brown and that defense all over the place, Hutchinson and company. I mean, the Detroit Lions are a legitimate team, well-rounded, well-coached, and then they are right now the road dogs, 3-0 on the road. They haven't even won more games at the house yet. You understand? They lost the game at the house, but they beat the Chiefs 21-20. They lost to the Seahawks 37-31. They beat the Falcons 20-6, the Packers 34-20, the Panthers 42-24, and the Bucks 20-6. Detroit Lions look for real this year. Number 2, I still have to give it to them, man, even though they took a loss this weekend, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, no Super Bowl hangover from making a Super Bowl, though they have not been really impressive throughout all their games this year. When you look at the totals of the games and how much that they won those games by, are astounding. I mean, 25-20 versus the Patriots, 34-28 versus the Vikings, 25-11, that might be the largest win margin that they had this season versus the Bucks, 34-31 in the overtime thriller versus the Commanders, 23-14 versus the Rams, and then the loss that they just suffered this Sunday, 20-14 versus the Jets. All their games have been close. They haven't seemed to be the team that they were last year. But what's scary about all of that is the simple fact that they're still winning games. So imagine when that engine start rolling and things pick up, look out for the Philadelphia Eagles. And number 1, they also took a loss this past Sunday versus the Browns. I still have to give the top spot to the San Francisco 49ers. And here's why. The most balanced team in the National Football League, an aggressive, sound defense, an offense, and a quarterback who doesn't really turn the ball over. Yes, he just had a turnover. He played pretty average against a top-rated Cleveland Browns defense. But you talking Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, George Kittle. You talking about Ayuk. You talking about Trent Williams anchoring the offensive line. You're talking about that defense that's flying around, making all kinds of plays. If that team does not turn the ball over, it is very, and I mean very, very difficult to beat the San Francisco 49ers. 30-7 versus the Steelers week 1. Week 2, 30-23 versus the Rams. Week 3, 30-12 against the Giants. Week 4, 35-16 against the Cardinals. Week 5, 42-10 versus the Cowboys, and then their only loss of the season, 19-7 versus the Browns. Did you see the pattern? They are averaging 30 plus points per game offensively as a team. And no team besides the Rams have scored over 20 points, which they put up 23. The Right now, the 49ers are in the driver's seat and look like the most complete and best team currently in the National Football League. Let me see who you guys top five is. Is it somebody I left out the list that you guys think should be there due to like strength of schedule? Let your boy know in the comments. Sports God TV, where we talk sports like religion, and I'm out. Until the next time.